The Magician's Nephew by C.S.Lewis. This is the first of the Narnia series if you do them by chronological order. The very first one that was published was Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. This one came well after that. But regardless, usually you read them in chronological order. Most people do it that way. We're going to do it that way. So this book starts off, it is about Diggory. Diggory is living in London, and his mom is sick, and he's having to live with his aunt and uncle. His aunt kind of isn't important, but his uncle is this weird guy, and his aunt tells him not to mess with Uncle Andrew. Uncle Andrew, just stay away from him, like, don't mess with Uncle Andrew. So, Diggory tells this to his new friend, Polly. Polly is his next-door neighbor, and she's living there too, and we don't find too much about her home life, but she has this attic space. And up in this attic space, you can use it to crawl through other houses, because, you know, it's like a block houses. They're all connected together. So you can use it to crawl through other houses. And so she's like, hey, Diggory, come over to my house and we'll crawl through the attic to like other houses. There's an abandoned house a couple houses down. We'll go explore the abandoned house. So they're walking along, and there's a door. And so they open the door, and it's Uncle Andrew's study. And in Uncle Andrew's study is Uncle Andrew, and there he has some rings, and he's like, here, Polly, have one of the rings, and so Polly does, and she disappears. That's the opening, and this book, now that I think about it, is really fast-paced. There's a lot that happens in a very, very short amount of time. There's 220 pages, and we go from our world to this world between worlds, to the scary dark world, to back again, and then we go back, and then we finally get to Narnia, and then we have a little adventure thing that happens in Narnia. Sorry, I just gave away at least, you know, like where you end up. But anyway, there's just a lot that happens. It's really fast-paced, and it just goes and goes and goes. It's going to keep your attention for sure. I just want to say something about the cover of this. It makes it look like it's about, like, aliens. Don't you see that? It's like Star Trek teleportation. And this, just to tell you, it's nothing to do with aliens. Anyway, so, how do I describe this book without giving anything away? First of all, C.S. Lewis has a very good writing style. He definitely keeps you engaged. It's light, but he's dealing oftentimes with very serious topics. It's interesting that these are considered children's books because, you know, they're about children, but it's usually kind of the children observing the adults, and a lot of times it's dealing with pretty serious things like Diggory's mother is dying, and, you know, there's this evil queen thing that they have to defeat, and, like, they don't end up having to defeat her in this book, but anyway, they have to deal with that, and, like, there's the creepy Uncle Andrew, who's, like, a perv, and, there's just a lot of very deep things going on, but he manages to keep it very happy and okay, and it's a very good balance that he achieves with this book. The characters themselves, I would say, are, for a children's book, they're pretty fleshed out. Some of the children's books I've read have more fleshed out characters, which is why I don't feel like I was able to dive into this as much as some of the other children's books that I've read so far. He keeps it fairly surface with all of the characters, the adults and the children. But they are interesting, and there are moments of humor interspersed. yeah, he just manages to keep it very light, very sweet. I really enjoy these books because, you know, I am a Christian, and so I see a lot of interesting parallels. Of course, this Narnia was written to be a sort of an allegory for the Christian faith. However, I think if you come at it from a standpoint of not being a Christian, you can still enjoy them because they don't, I don't feel like they hit you over the head with the symbolism, and also it's just a compelling story. Like I said, it's going to keep you interested, and it's light and sweet, and in the end, it's just a very nice story to read. It's pleasant, and it doesn't take you very long, and it's definitely going to compel you into the next book in the series, which is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and is known to be the best one. So I would definitely give them a try if you're even the least bit interested. So yeah, that's that. The next fair on our list is a little bit more serious. We've done a lot of children's books for a while, and now we're going to get into a more adult book. I think the last adult book I read was The Greatest Game I Ever Played. Maybe. Anyway, adult books. This here is a book that I had to read for English class. It is The House of Mirth by Edith Wharton, and I just remember it being very heavy, so yay. We'll get right into that, and I look forward to it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.